I'm in a tunnel, foot on the gas. I see these demons, hoping I crash. All that I wanted, like the last laugh. Gotta move fast, get to the bag. I saw the signs for so long, just a reminder to hold on. Ain't gonna cry or go home, stay strong, yeah. Walls keep closing in, I keep going in. See that I'm gonna be the first, but they praying that I won't let. And you know that I get better when I wanna get better.
On my grind, it's 24/7, I don't settle. I demand my respect, cause they'll finesse you if you let them. Told myself I was the champion, went and got the medals. I showed the world my true colors and they was black and yellow. I let the past be the past, I'm on a new level. It's hard to pick which car to drive, I got a few of them. The first to make it cross the line like a true winner. Cause if you knew better, then you do better.
Get better when I wanna get better. Chosen one, born to shine. I can't stop, one more try. I know that it's my time.
Let the past be the past, I'm on a new level.
No regrets, born to shine. I can't stop, one more try. I know that I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you typical, body of a donut, that's so typical. Tail like a god, that's so typical. And he's still modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So don't cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical.
It's so typical, visual, I feel like the one. Yeah, I wake up every morning and thank God for my lungs. Cause I'm breathing so good, I know I don't have to run. When you're looking this good, no one can tell you to jump, to swim. Yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave, I'm trying to get me paid, I'm trying to move and shake, I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great, I'm getting used to change.
Face of a mortal, that's so typical. Body of the donut, that's so typical. Tail like a god, that's so typical. Legs don't modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So don't cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so cool.
These restless eyes of mine will sit in to my heart and sugar. In a jumbled life of glitter, dream hit concrete, mind all jook up. Tend to think in 1,000 thoughts, I bought through north to the voice get bored. Endless stairs in a sinking door, I search for things I don't need no more. Baby, I'm typically every day, can't call it shady. I'm airing you cause I'm an anxious state, the worries daily. But if I link my G's, it goes away down honey lane. I gallivant with darling, baby, jet.
Face of a mortal, that's so typical. Body of a donut, that's so typical. Tail like a god, that's so typical. Legs don't modest, that's so typical. Face of a mortal, that's so typical. Body of a donut, that's so typical. Tail like a god, that's so typical. Legs don't modest, that's so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Walker in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
Here goes that.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And Walker once more. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now it's Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Kirk. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Complete to Smith and Jigba. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. Across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well. And he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Now motion left with Mooney. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On play action, Cousins. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now we got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
Second and goal from the 1.
Robinson again. And this time he is in for a Falcon touchdown.
And there's an offense that didn't panic after getting down early, and with good reason. No better way to silence a home crowd than with a nice, long, sustained drive. And they were able to put one together here and finish with the touchdown run.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Walker with another carry. Down to the 42, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Darnold now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
To throw is Cousins.
And it's taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
To throw, Cousins.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Here's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Here goes that.
B-Town's finest, handsome Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto for
Here's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. He completes this to Walker. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
words on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. He's so good. She like
to throw is Darnold. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Sticks and stones will break some bones, but your words can't hurt because you ain't read no books. Stay woke, take notes.
Now Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Throwing again is Darnold. He'll try to pick it up himself. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. It's a big play there for Seattle. 45 yards.
Defensive talk 101. Don't let the quarterback out of the pocket, because when that happens, yeah, you may shrink the field with your defense, but it's so easy to lose someone on the backside. And he finds him and picks up a big gain.
Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Cooper Kupp from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver, because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. It across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here now come the Falcons.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side of the line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
Crossing route and complete. He's got Pitts. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Cousins to throw it.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And London, the motion man right.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
They'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
A first carry for Tyler Algier.
And he stopped immediately there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Looking to put a drive together.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to set, as you said.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And going right back to Walker. And he'll get it inside the 35.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw, Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
NAS, what defines my name? Name existed forever, means victory, help a whole name means protector. Shorten about 2 letters, without the IR.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
What they wanted was playoff momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play fake. Cousins. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw.
That one deep for London. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Lumen. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
Here we go, sack.
Darnold from the gun. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. They win zone blitz. They're obviously successful. What makes the zone blitz successful?
Well, just go ahead and let's break the term down. Zone means they're going to play zone behind them in coverage, not man-to-man. But the zone blitz, why it's confusing to offenses? Because oftentimes defensive ends or defensive tackles will drop back into coverage, and linebackers or safeties will usually fill that gap and blitz in their spot, messing up the blocking responsibilities.
Under pressure, and they get it to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Here's Bradley Pinion now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. After one, 17-7 to score. On EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Straight ahead, Walker. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here we go, stop.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
And the Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Darnold now to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Smith and Jigba with a grab. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
For the Seahawks field goal, a 34-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So it was fourth down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Falcons now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Robinson up the middle. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him early, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Cousins from the gun on third. That's complete to Mooney. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So it winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a first down. Now Cousins. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Derek Hall. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw is Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Falcons on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12. Play action now, Cousins. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Walker.
A solid stiff arm. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Here's Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Kirk. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
From the 50, it's Darnold.
And complete to Smith-Njigba.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Darnold. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To the air again, Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. To throw is Darnold.
Back to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Falcons are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
There's no other way you can describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
They'll get this into the hands of Hodge. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taken at the 37. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think the best offenses love to give the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now Darnold. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
We go sack.
Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Throwing again is Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4.
Complete to Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Back to throw, Darnold.
At the 15-yard line.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Jalen Walker able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
The Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try and run Walker. Well, he'll get this awfully close to a first down. Well, that's going to be a razor-thin measurement, but I don't think he got there. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On play action, Cousins. Under pressure, they got him again. Ochena Nwosu. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Oh, boy, we got a stoppage here because Kirk Cousins is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On now to punt, here's Bradley Pinion.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have herded him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
We'll see how much they give him the ball here. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 to first.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
They'll fake
the handoff. Now Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. The play fake, and it's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Falcons take over first.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A complete to Drake London. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
That's complete to the tight end, Werner. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Play fake. Cousins. The kicker here, it's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. It's Cousins on the sneak. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penalty.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege.
Well, the loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because that's yet another sack in this game that you just had to call. We're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
And here's Bradley Pinion now. This is taken at the 15. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Here we go, set.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and 12. Darnold now to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Now it's Darnold. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Darnold, he lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba with the grab. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. Out of coverage, a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every thrower in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Darnold to throw again. That'll be caught by Kirk. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. He completes this to Walker. Stopped short of the 25. The 2nd effort couldn't free him. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Set.
Here's Darnold. Bananas Barner, the tight end. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 15-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Again, Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
That one deep for London. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he fields it cleanly. 51 yards on the punt there. Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, Darnold loses it. And the Falcons grab it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
The Falcons ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Play action now, Cousins. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Derek Hall able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. goes to Boye Mafe. Here's Bradley Pinion now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
So many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. It doesn't always work out, though.
This 2nd and 4. To throw is Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Here's Darnold. Complete to Smith and Jigba. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
We're going to start.
Now Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage at 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Uchenna getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. To throw is Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Give Uchenna the credit for the stop.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now Cousins. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 19-point game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his third touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. He has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Back to throw, Darnold. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 3. To the air again, Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Again,
he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again is Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Darnold now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. A 16-yard touchdown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. The partner, he has carried them in this ballgame throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been a result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, and the same pace. There's still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Seahawks offense had Jackson Smith and Jigba getting ready to go back to work. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Back to Walker on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now 2nd and 3.
sack.
He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Darnold to throw again. This throw nearly intercepted. The big D lineman almost had it, but third down coming up.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Here's Darnold. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jalen Walker. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Robinson with another carry.
Gets by him at the 25. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down on the 37.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. After the interception, here's Darnold. Under pressure, and down he goes. Jalen Walker in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
We're going to sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense set to go. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Derek Hall. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the toe far too often.
Under pressure, they got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That's taken at around the 40. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one is goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Faking the give, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Play action, it's Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, Cousins. And he can't escape, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Cousins to throw it. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he's able to get it out of there. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, he tried to throw back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. True. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins now. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And pressure coming, and they got it once again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
Oh, that is incomplete.
The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Been
a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. You take care of the ball on the way out.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We're going to sack.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Going right back to Smith and Jigba.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
8 yards.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
At the 36-yard line.
Now Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's 3rd and 10.
We're going to sack.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Looking to put a drive together.
The London, the motion man right.
Off play action, it's Stick.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
They are in
in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Stick looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Algier going straight ahead. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And he's got the hook up here. That's Mooney. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. They're going to go play action now with Stick. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Derek Hall. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now Stick. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. On 4th down, here's Stick. Now be caught right side by the rookie receiver. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
Let's go now.
Algier now up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Stick back to pass. Setting up the screen, here's Algier. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Carter straight ahead. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This is to Pitts on the quick slam. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll run for it with Algier. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
And they'll get him down past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it, a gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
16-yard line.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jalen Walker in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
We go set.
This is Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. And Walker once more. And bulldozing his way through. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
A 14-yard gain. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, Darnold. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pin, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Stick looks to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Derek Hall in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, it looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Gonzalez now to have the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 22. A drive there of from just 4 plays.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception.
And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good, and I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because you know the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought him from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Darnold, Mooney, and the rest of this offense ready to go again.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Now a handoff to Algier.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
He'll get this into the hands of Hodge. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Redman's going to sneak it. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And the Falcons first down.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. 3rd down. Here's Algier. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocken's mark of 554 passing yards in one game, set more than 70 years ago, way back in 1951. Well, he's had help from his offensive line and his receivers, but this has been an incredible individual performance. Darnold now to throw. He completes this to Walker. Shoves him away. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Kirk. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line.
At the 7-yard line.
We go set.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. Throw out wide to Walker. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Darnold to throw again. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it's a drive that ends in 3, and I know that line sounds familiar. It's because I've said it 7 times now, and that leaves him 1 short of the NFL record of 8 field goals in one game.
It has been a lot of settling for 3, but I tell you what, it's nice to know you have someone this reliable to turn to.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Tyler Algier, 65 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. They'll get this one to come complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw, Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Darnold. Out right to Smith and Jigba. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
That's good for a Seahawks.
To throw is Darnold. Well, that'll be caught by Cobb. Powering his way forward. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
Always on my grind, it's 24/7, I don't settle.